I am once again pounding the Zohran Mamdani button because I miss talking about this guy. I miss Zohran Mamdani. I still see him online. Obviously, I follow him on every social media platform. I don't know if I well, I definitely miss him. But I don't know if I miss him or the feeling of hope that he gave me. Obviously, like he's not dead. He's still around. He's gonna be the mayor of New York City. It's gonna be great. Hopefully, he's gonna be the mayor of New York City. But another thing I missed is the right wing crying circles that ensue whenever this man makes an appearance. If you remember, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe it was, Zoran posted a video on social that was proactive. He highlighted how the right wing media was going to attack him for going to Uganda to celebrate his wedding with his family. He did this to get out ahead of the story, and now the New York Post and Fox News are floundering, trying to make this a story that he went to Uganda and had this lavish party because, as we know, guys, socialism is when no wedding. Socialism is when no party. If you're a socialist, you can't have any fun ever. This is courtesy of Mediaite. We have Outnumbered. I don't know what the show this is. It's basically just like five sit in an oval and like make jokes, I guess. But even, but not a single joke is made here. The highlight of this piece is Mark Levin. Mark Levin is a very fascinating right wing figure. For one, he's bald, and this bald baboon is going to be ad hominiming Zohran Mamdani, which I think is fucking rich. I don't like to come for people's looks. I don't like to, I don't like to just make fun of people for the sake of making fun of people. But if you're making fun of someone and just like calling them names for the sake of calling them names, I'm going to be mean to you because I feel it's only fair. Let's hear what the highest of conservative intellectuals have to say about this.
According to reports, that celebration was a lavish 3-day party at his family's private estate outside Uganda's capital. The neighborhood is home to some of Uganda's richest citizens. The party.
I got married in New York. You could also say that I had a party in an area that houses some of the country's richest individuals. Can we also just point out the fact that lavish parties in South Asian culture are the norm? There are lavish wedding parties in white culture. There are lavish wedding parties in every fucking culture. Some people just want to take multiple days to celebrate this occasion. Who gives a shit?
Was reportedly equipped with around 20 Special Force Command unit guards, some of whom were wearing masks. And one source.
You mean to tell me that a high-profile political figure had armed security guarding his event? Who would have fucking guessed? Who would have fucking guessed? Did you guys know that sometimes the president of the United States travels with multiple armed guards that he stations outside of his hotels and outside of his conference rooms? Like, can you believe that? Can you believe that Zohran Mamdani just doesn't keep the blicky on him so that way he can slide on his op at his own fucking wedding party? Like, this shit is so stupid, man. This is like negative brain activity. And the source here is the New York fucking Post. The New York Post, much like me, is leeching off of Zohran Mamdani to stay in the algorithm.
Telling the New York Post that several armed guards were stationed at one gate. Another source went on to tell the Post that the family had a cell phone jamming system on site. Reports say the party ended around midnight with expensive cars seen taking partygoers to and from the lavish event. Talk about champagne socialism. And isn't it rich, Mark, coming from a mayoral hopeful that decrees and decries such wealth disparity and says, oh, everyone who has money, it should be given to the poor? What a hypocrite.
Sounds like his supporters.
Oh my God, man. Find a new talking point. This shit is so tired. Socialism is not a poverty cult. You're allowed to have money in socialism. These people are so fucking stupid that they don't understand the theory behind various economic organizations. They don't understand the actual theory. They don't understand the theories of socialism, communism, capitalism, anarcho-capitalism. They don't understand any of that. And it's clear because in this segment, they won't actually have a genuine discussion about any of Zohran's policies. They won't have a genuine discussion about like economics or anything. It's just slop. That's all it is. It's fucking slop for their audience to lap up, for like the pro-capitalist guy who makes 38 grand a year, doesn't want billionaires to get taxed more. Like, dude, you're fucking stupid, right? You are not a capitalist. You're a peasant. Wake the fuck up, buddy.
All those rich people who,
Yeah.
I call these guys Mercedes Marxists.
Oh
Because
my
that's pretty
God.
much
I
what
know
they
he
are.
thinks he cooked with that. Bro, chill. This guy's too funny. We need to make comedy illegal again. I call them Mercedes Marxists because Karl Marx was German and Mercedes was also German. Mercedes Marxist, bro. Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. He's just like such an oaf.
This guy is a moron.
Mm.
He's never done anything with his life. He grew up with money. He knows slogans. He knows cliches. He's really never done anything effective. He's 33 years old. I admit he's older than Castro was when he took over Cuba. He was 29 years old. But if New Yorkers are foolish enough to vote this man into office, you will deserve him.
What have you done, bro? You're the author of On Power. What the fuck does that mean? No one's heard of your goddamn book, all right? Your book was a New York Times bestseller because Fox bought up enough copies to put it on the New York Times bestseller list. You haven't done shit, but at least Zohran has a full head of hair. At least Zohran is hot. Like, oh, he's a moron. He's a Jew hater. He hasn't done anything. Bro, you are on a fucking daytime talk show on Fox News. No one is watching you. You have no motion.
He will destroy your job base. He will destroy your tax base. He will enrich Florida. He will destroy your housing base. In other words, all the people these Marxists claim to want to help will be ruined.
Can someone please just ask how? What is so detrimental? What policy prescription of Zohran Mamdani is so detrimental that it's going to cause all of these rich assholes to flee to Florida? The fact that he's raising their taxes by a flat 2%, newsflash, Mark Levin, and I know you don't fucking know this because you live in New York and haven't left for Florida yet, or you most likely live in New York if you're at Fox News headquarters. The people who leave New York for Florida are those who can't fucking afford to live there. If you're making like $3, $4, $5 million, your mortgage payment, your property taxes aren't a fucking issue.
The blue collar workers won't have jobs. Taxes will go up. You know, he talks about affordability. Does anybody know any Marxist society that's affordable? Do they know that? Do they have full shelves? Do they have anything? They have nothing. So
I'm unfamiliar of the existence of Marxist societies in the Big 2-5. I need Mark Levin, author of On Power, to show me where on the fucking globe exists a Marxist society. What? There has never been a fucking Marxist society, you dumbass. All of these countries that they talk about, the Soviet Union, Cuba, Venezuela, China, they're just all varying degrees of capitalism. Well, at least China, and well, China is definitely like a they're still capitalist, right? But even like the communist states that they talk about, like Cuba and the Soviet Union, they never analyze the actual conditions of these places. They never recognize the fact that the USSR was still an authoritarian country. They never recognized the fact that Cuba was and still is under a tremendous embargo from the United States of America. It's just fucking slop. It's low IQ slop. This guy is a fucking idiot. He doesn't know anything.
Talked about the New York Times. I blame the New York Times and newspapers like that. The New York Post is hammering away. The New York Times acts like this is just another candidate running for office. This guy is the enemy of the people. He's not only a Marxist, he's a radical Islamist. He's a Jew hater. He's an anti-Semite. The city with the biggest Jewish...
Dude, I'm telling you. The right-wing grift is so easy. It's so easy. Communism bad. Socialism bad. Brown man scary. Clip that. Post it online. That is how you could build a successful career as a conservative commentator. You don't have to be smart. You don't have to be an intellectual. You can literally just say whatever the fuck you want. It's that easy. Zohran Mamdani is bad because he doesn't like capitalism. And Zohran Mamdani is bad because he's a radical Islamist. And that's it. Clip it and ship it. It's that easy. He's also a Jew hater. It's like, I can't believe that the second most Jewish population in the world voted for this guy. Yeah, because they're Jews in New York. They don't give a fuck about Israel. They live in New York. There are Jews in New York who are paying $3,000 for a fucking studio apartment. Yeah, they want shit to be more affordable, man. It's not that hard.